So last evening I was at the gym and I was talking to a young man named Ryan. Now Ryan, I learned to know, I've probably only spoken to him about 4 times. He's a young man, 17, soon to turn 18 years old. And my very first conversation with him was interesting. He was getting off a machine that I was going to be using, and to my surprise, he was friendly and willing to talk. I certainly had him pegged as one of these young people who would not be interested in having a conversation. But it turns out Ryan told me a little bit of his story, how he had gotten himself into shape, how he used to be in really bad shape, how he was smoking weed, and how he's in such a better place. And I was very congratulatory. I said, "Oh, wow, that's amazing. Good job. You're doing better than a lot of people, and I just want to encourage you to keep on doing that." And then again, that same day as I was leaving, he was sitting over by the chair by the exit door, and I went over and gave him a fist bump. I said, "Your story's amazing. Just keep it up." And since that time, every time when we've crossed paths in the gym, there wasn't really many conversations, but it was always a fist bump and a hello, and just a very brief conversation. And then the conversation that really took the cake was last evening. I met him again, and I said, "Was that your mom that dropped you off today?" Because I saw a lady drop him off. And he said, "Yeah, that was my mom." And I said, "Well, what about your dad? Where's he?" "Oh, he said he passed away." I said, "Oh, I'm sorry." He said, "Yeah, I said, what was the cause of his death, if I may ask?" And he said, "Well, he took a lot of drugs. He was pretty addicted, and he was in bad health." And he said, "But I'm taking a different path." He said, "I changed my life at a young enough age so that I don't intend to let that happen to me." And he said, "I see you as a father figure for me." And it was a very unexpected comment and shocking, because we've only talked about 4 times. And he said, "How old are you?" And I said, "I'm 47. He said, "Well, yeah, you could be old enough to be my dad." And it really got me thinking. I have no idea, whether I'll be able to, what kind of interaction that I'll have with Ryan going forward. But I started to reflect upon that, like, where did that come from? And it turns out, I guess, that the nature of my comments of encouragement for Ryan, I believe, were the kind of comments that he would want a dad to talk to him about and say to him. And that the impact that those words had on me was so profound that I realized how off track I've been in my view of myself and my place and my view of whether I have anything to contribute to somebody's life. And yes, I have sons, and I'm always eager to be there for them and to encourage them in any way. I'm there for my sons, but I've missed some opportunities with them, and they're a little older now. And there's nothing to say that I can't have a conversation with Ryan or a relationship with Ryan that could enter into that same sphere of encouragement, almost as a dad. And the fact that it shook me up made me realize how off track I've gotten. What did he see in me? He saw something in me that was good, that he wanted more of. And I realized that I often don't view myself as having anything valuable to contribute. And I don't realize that I could do more. And I'm also not ready to recognize what other people see, the good that other people see. I don't even give myself any credit for that, or give God any credit for that. And so I want to say to anybody out there who feels that they don't have anything valuable to contribute, or that they're not valuable to somebody else, that is not true. I have some friends and relatives that I can tell by their body language that they really don't see how valuable they are. When I look at them, I see someone that I want to spend more time with, that I love. I think, "I love you. I want to spend more time with you." And yet I see that kind of heaviness, that they don't see that in themselves. And that's sad. So I want to encourage everybody to believe the truth about themselves, that they are valuable and loved.